Good day everyone, I am Rosal G. Solibas, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, enrolled in the course Ed 204 or the Foundation of Special and Inclusive Education. So today, I will going to discuss under Unit 1 specifically about other countries supporting special and inclusive education. Special and inclusive educations are important aspects in education systems around the world that aims to ensure that all students, despite of their abilities or limitations, have access to quality education. And now, I will introduce some of countries that starting to support special and inclusive education. The first one is Sweden. Special education has been integrated into mainstream of schools and teachers receive training on how to support students with disabilities. The second one is Singapore. The government has implemented inclusive education policies to ensure that students with disabilities has access to quality education and support services. The third one is Japan. Efforts are being made to support inclusion for children with disabilities through inclusive education initiatives. Finland. There is a strong emphasis on inclusive education for students with disabilities being provided with the necessary support to participate in a mainstream schools alongside their peers. So teachers in Finland receive a training on how to differentiate instruction and accommodate the diverse needs of the students, including those with disabilities. South Korea. South Korea has also made stride in promoting inclusive education, with the government implementing policies to ensure that students with disabilities have appropriate access to support services in mainstream schools. So the Korean Ministry of Education has developed guidelines for creating inclusive environment and providing personalized support for the students with disabilities. So the next one is Australia. Australia has also shown commitment to inclusive education with the government investing in resources and programs to promote students with disabilities. So the Australian curriculum includes provisions in differentiated instructions and accommodations for students with diverse learning needs, promoting a culture of inclusion and support for all students. So the next one is Canada. The Canadian government implemented policies and programs to support students with diverse learning needs, emphasizing the importance of inclusive practices and a welcoming and supportive environment for all the students. Through the collaboration of educators, family, and community partners, Canada continues to advance the principles of inclusive education and the opportunities of all the students to learn and succeed. The next one is United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has legislation and policies to support inclusive education for students with special educational needs and disabilities. The government provides additional funding, resources, and support for schools to ensure that all students have access to a quality education. The next one is Germany. Germany has a strong tradition on inclusive education, with a focus on integrating students with abilities into mainstream schools. The government provides various support services such as special education teachers, therapies, assistive technologies to support students with diverse learning needs to succeed in the classroom. The last one is India. India has made significant strides in promoting inclusive education, particularly to the students with disabilities and marginalized communities. The government has implemented policies and programs to ensure that all of the students have access to education regardless of their background or abilities. Now, here are some of the similarities of those 10 countries in supporting special and inclusive education. The first one is legislation and policies. All of those 10 countries have laws and policies that outlines the right of students with disabilities and the responsibilities of school and educators, and the resources and support available to ensure inclusion and access to education for all. The second one is funding and resources. Each of those countries allocates funding and resources that includes additional fundings for schools, specialized training for educators, provision for assistive technologies and materials, and support services such as speech therapy and occupational therapy. The third one is professional development. Educators in those countries receive training and professional development to support students' diverse learning needs. The last one is collaboration and partnerships. By working together, they are able to share resources, expertise, and best practices to create inclusive school environments that cater the diverse needs of all the students. To sum it up, these 10 countries Sweden, Singapore, Finland, Japan, South Korea, Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, and India have demonstrated a commitment to inclusive education through their policies, practices, and initiatives to ensure that all the students have access to quality education and opportunities to learn and succeed despite of their special needs and disabilities. So that's the end of my discussion, and I hope that you learned something from me about the different countries that support special and inclusive education. That's all. Thank you. Bye.